Hello, welcome to this video where we will talk about the growing tension between the major world powers due to two hotspots of conflict, Taiwan and Ukraine. Are we on the brink of a third world war? What are the interests at stake? What would be the consequences of a military escalation? Let's analyze it. Taiwan is an island located off the coast of mainland China, which has been self-governed since 1949, when the Chinese nationalists fled there after losing the civil war against the communists. However, China considers Taiwan a rebel province that must return to its sovereignty and does not rule out the use of force to achieve this. Meanwhile, Taiwan considers itself a sovereign and independent state, with its own constitution, army, and democracy. It also has the support of the United States and other countries that sell it weapons and provide diplomatic backing. The relationship between China and Taiwan has deteriorated in recent years, especially since Tsai Ing-wen, from the Democratic Progressive Party, who defends Taiwan's identity and sovereignty, came to power in 2016. China has increased its military, political, and economic pressure on the island, conducting military maneuvers near its airspace and maritime space, isolating its diplomatic allies, and blocking its participation in international organizations. Additionally, China has passed a law allowing the use of force against any attempt at secession by Taiwan. The United States has responded by increasing its support for Taiwan, sending high-ranking officials to visit the island, selling more weapons, and conducting joint naval exercises in the Taiwan Strait. This has caused China's displeasure, accusing the United States of interfering in its internal affairs and threatening peace and stability in the region. The situation is very delicate, as any military incident could trigger a war between China and the United States, the two largest economic and military powers in the world. Ukraine is another hotspot on the global geopolitical board. It is a country located between Europe and Russia that has been in a civil war since 2014 between the pro-Western government and pro-Russian separatists in the east of the country. This war started after President Viktor Yanukovych was overthrown by a popular revolution that called for more integration with the European Union. Russia reacted by annexing the Crimea Peninsula and militarily intervening in support of the rebels in Donbass. The war in Ukraine has caused more than 13,000 deaths and millions of displaced people, as well as serious economic and humanitarian damage. Despite the peace agreements signed in 2015 in Minsk, the conflict remains unresolved, and the fighting continues. In recent months, there has been an increase in violence and tensions between Ukraine and Russia. Ukraine accuses Russia of sending more troops and weapons to the border and Donbass, while Russia accuses Ukraine of preparing a military offensive to regain lost territories. The United States and its European allies have expressed their support for Ukraine and its territorial sovereignty against Russian aggression. They have imposed economic sanctions on Russia and sent military and diplomatic aid to Ukraine. They have also conducted joint military exercises in the Black Sea and the Baltic Sea. Russia has denounced these actions as a provocation and a threat to its national security. The situation is very dangerous, as any mistake or misunderstanding could provoke a war between Russia and NATO, the Western military alliance that includes the United States and most European countries. What are the chances that these two conflicts will lead to a third world war? Some experts believe that is unlikely, since both China and Russia know that an open war with the United States and its allies would have catastrophic consequences for all. In addition, there are mechanisms for dialogue and cooperation between the great powers that could prevent a military escalation. However, other experts warn that the risk is real and growing, as both China and Russia are willing to defend their interests and influence. In any case, what is clear is that the international situation is very tense and complex. The competition between the great powers for economic, political, and military control of the world. I hope you found this video interesting and informative. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You can also leave your comments and suggestions about this topic or other topics that you would like us to cover in future videos. See you next time.